So welcome to the third session of Building Your Business's Digital Marketing Strategy with the Digital Marketing Tree. Today is October 26th. If you're joining us for the third session and haven't seen the first two, they're available on our YouTube channel and also on our online webinar portal. So check those out. If you have any questions throughout or after the fact, please put them in the Q&A at the bottom. It really helps the discussion move forward and helps clear up any questions you may have. Any links or resources we may talk about throughout the presentation will be shared after the fact. The webinar will be closed captioned, and if you wanted to turn that off, you can turn it off on your screen. And one other quick piece is that after we complete the webinar today, we'll be sending out a survey to see what you thought and give us your feedback. So please take the time, which isn't much, to fill that out to give us the feedback. So it's really important. And also, if you have any ideas for future webinars, that's an area you can share that as well. So this webinar is brought to you through a partnership with Digital Nova Scotia, and I'm hoping you came here through Digiport. And if you haven't, I encourage you to sign up to Digiport. There's the link on the screen. Digiport is a partnership with Tourism Nova Scotia and Digital Nova Scotia, and it offers interactive services and programming to help bridge the digital capacity gap that the industry has. So it helps in all those areas. So I'd really encourage you to sign up for that. There's one program, for example, called the One-on-One, where you can book a session with one of the many digital service providers that are available. And, Liam Tayler from SME is one of those as well that's there, and it doesn't cost you anything, and you get that expertise. So really encourage you to check out Digiport. Again, welcoming back Liam Tayler, SME Solutions. Liam is a dedicated professional with over 25 years experiencing managing all facets of the emerging and existing business concepts. They specialize in the development of new business ideas from concept to execution, which is always really a crucial piece to know all those different parts. Liam has a demonstrated history of working in the innovative agricultural industry, and their business is really skilled in SEO, business planning, e-commerce, entrepreneurship, and strategic planning. Often those pieces are a bit of a challenge for tourism businesses, so it's so nice to have someone with those expertise. So without further ado, Liam, please share your screen, take over, and thank you so much for coming here today to finish up the third of the series.
Thanks very much, Nick. I'm going to share my screen now, and you should be seeing now the digital marketing tree. So welcome to the Digital Nova Scotia workshop in collaboration with Tourism Nova Scotia. This is the final session of a three-part series looking at creating your tourism business's digital strategy using the metaphor as what is known as the digital marketing tree. I'm Liam Tayler. I'm a business evaluator at SME Solutions. We reviewed my experience in previous sessions, so I won't bore you with that, but most recently my focus has been on helping my clients optimize their web presence and creating strategies to optimize their online marketing spend. So today's session is the third and final session on the digital marketing tree, or the internet marketing tree is also known as. It was developed in 2009 by Mike Robinson and updated in 2015, but it's as relevant now as it was then. I love the metaphor of the tree and the structure it gives to the organization, not only of your digital marketing, but also your business as a whole. The tree has three key sections: the roots, the trunk, and the branches. The roots represent the background of your business. The trunk is your website. And just like a real tree that reaches out towards the sun, so your marketing efforts are the branches reaching out towards your clients. Your leaves, or rather your marketing efforts, drop every year at the end of the season and nourish your roots, giving you valuable feedback and allowing you to reevaluating your strategy for the following year. In the last two sessions, we reviewed the roots of your business, and we came away with the research, the 4 Ps of your marketing mix: product, price, place, and people. We then understood the buyer's journey in tourism, slightly different than what we've got here: the dreaming, the planning, the booking, the experiencing, and the sharing. Branding, we identified where we position our business compared to our competition, other businesses in the area, and what we have that sets us apart. And we do that by defining our positioning, our value proposition, and our communication. For our content, we identified what creates valuable content by ensuring we include benefits, credibility, and a call to action. Then we reviewed the trunk of the business and understood web development, what a CMS or web builder is and which is right for your business, the importance of building a site that can be viewed on all devices or its responsiveness, and the need for software to allow booking online and e-commerce. We then reviewed web design, the importance of content writing versus copywriting, visual layout and wireframes, usability, and the incorporation of the 3 C's of communication in our branding on the site. In this session, we'll be focusing on the branches of the digital marketing tree and using all the assets you've created to date to reach out to your clients. The branches are the outreach to your clients via digital and non-digital channels. But there's one thing you need to do before you start your outreach planning and strategy. In order to make your business as visible on the web as it is in real life, you will need to pander to the all-seeing, all-knowing entity that we all must pay homage to online, and that is Google. 92.26% of all searches online take place on Google, and it's vital that your business shows up. There are some simple and straightforward steps that you must take before you start any of your marketing efforts. They're not complicated, but in order for you to show up in searches and be able to quantify the effectiveness of your marketing strategies, you need to do the following. You need to ensure you have a good Google business profile. Register your site with Google Search Console, link in Google Analytics, and create a Google Ads profile. Well, I'm very briefly going to go over what each of these are. So your Google business profile, also known as Google My Business, it's a free and powerful tool that is offered by Google to help businesses and organizations manage their online presence. It allows businesses to create and update your own business listing, share information, interact with customers, and it's particularly useful for local businesses seeking to improve their visibility in search results and provide accurate and helpful information to potential customers. Someone here asked in the questions, actually, can a Facebook page replace a traditional web page? And any tips on sharing customer reviews? I'll touch on that a little later, but ultimately, not really. A Facebook page can't really replace a web page, but your Google business profile listing possibly could. So the key benefits for your Google business listing are enhanced visibility. You gain high visibility on Google search and in particular on Google Maps. It creates credibility. You have to verify your profile so people know that you're a real business. You can engage with your tourists through questions and answers, reviews. You can manage your reviews. You can respond to them. You can interact and engage with your clients. And it gives you valuable analytics and insight. It's accessible throughout all the mobile devices, and it creates a visual showcase which allows you to promote your business. As you can see here, we've got Rebecca's restaurant on the right-hand side, nice photos, link to the website, directions, and opening hours. So let's have a look of a business that I help to manage. So this is, I don't know if we've got them online at the moment, Bayview Pines. I've helped them do some work. And you can see here all the elements that you can edit within your Google business profile. Your reviews, message clients, add photos, understand your performance, advertise through Google Ads, which will be linked in, edit your services, your details, your rates, manage your photos, and even ask clients for reviews. The next element is Google Search Console. Google, formerly known as Google Webmaster Tools, it's a free web service provided by Google that allows website owners, webmasters, and SEO professionals to monitor, maintain, and troubleshoot the presence of your website on Google's search results. And that's really what it is. It only helps you manage how you show up on Google. Mainly, it increases search performance. It provides data on how often your website appears in Google search results, the search queries that lead to your site, so it can help in you putting together your keywords for your site, and gives you click-through rates for each query. That is, how many people actually see your website link in Google, and then how many people actually click on that link. It indexes your coverage, so it helps you identify and address any issues with your website that are identified by Google, which will stop it indexing your website to the maximum capacity. And then it offers links as well. The tool offers insights into websites that link through to yours. Again, we'll touch on this a little later on. So it helps you monitor your backlink profile. Then there's Google Analytics. This is an incredibly powerful web analytics service. It can give you a huge amount of information and really helps you define how to market your site online and what the visitor insights are, where they're coming from, how they engage with your website, how your visitors, which pages they hit, where do they go. Conversion tracking, they can monitor actions such as booking, inquiries, purchases, interactions. How your website is actually performing, is it loading quickly? Mobile insights such as how many people are viewing it on a mobile as opposed to on a desktop. And then there are custom reports, which I have helped set up for clients of mine to give them the information they need when they need it. This is an example of a Google Analytics report showing where the visitors came from and how they found the site. Really valuable data to be used in this business's marketing efforts. And then there's Google Ads. Again, we'll cover this later on. It's an online advertising platform developed by Google and one of the most widely used and popular online advertising systems in the world. Google Ads allows businesses and advertisers to create and manage online advertisements with the goal of reaching a very, very specific target audience through Google's vast network, which is huge. I'll review this in more detail in the section on PPC or pay-per-click, but it's worth creating an account and linking it in, as you can see here, to your business profile, your analytics, and your Google Ads, so they all work together. So once you've created your Google profiles and have them all linked, we can move on to the more strategic elements of your online marketing. And the first branch we're going to review is search engine marketing, SEM. It's a digital marketing strategy that focuses on promoting websites and increasing their visibility in search engine results. SERP, search engine results pages, through paid advertising as well as unpaid advertising. Search engine marketing primarily involves using pay-per-click, platforms like Google Ads and Bing Ads to display ads. But for the purpose of the internet marketing tree, we're going to be focusing on search engine optimization, pay-per-click, and the one element that ties them all together, your keywords. For both SEO, search engine optimization, and PPC, pay-per-click, there is one common concept that has to be cemented in place before you start your strategy. In the 4 Ps of marketing, we defined a lot of elements that are needed for effective marketing campaigns, but the one element we didn't really touch on was keywords. Keywords in particular for each stage of the customer buying journey, which we identified: dreaming, planning, buying, experiencing, and sharing. We're going to review the different types of keywords or key phrases that you'll need to identify. So we've got a broad match. It's the default match type and one that reaches the widest audience, but it also might not be specific enough for what you want to achieve. When using a broad match, your ad is eligible to appear whenever a user's search query includes any word in your key phrase, in any order. So the example we've got here is running shoes. Anything that features the words shoes and running, your ad will pop up, or possibly your website. It will be incredibly expensive. You really need to focus in your keywords to at least a phrase match. And a phrase match offers a little bit of versatility on the broad match. As you can see, it's included within inverted commas. Your ad will only appear when user queries your key phrase using your keywords in that exact order. So in the example here, running shoes, it's men's running shoes. Best shoes for running. There's a little bit of subtlety there. But there may be other words either before or after that phrase. And then you've got exact match. And this is the most specific and restrictive of the keyword match types. In previous years with this match type, users would only see your ad when they typed in your exact keyword phrase by itself. So in this case, running shoes. Now, Google has updated a little bit. It'll use synonyms for running shoes, so sneakers. But it's a very, very exact way of focusing in on advertising exactly what it is that you want to advertise. So one of the first steps is to create an effective marketing campaign, identifying those keywords that people use to search for your business, not what you think your business is. It's what people use to search for your business. No one knows your business better than you do. So before you think about any online marketing effort, consider ideas on keywords a prospective customer would use to find your business online. Identifying the right keywords do take some practice. So here are some tips. So you've got to understand your audience. Understand your target audience and their search behavior. Consider who your ideal customer is and what words they would look for, what questions they might have when they're planning a trip or seeking a vacation, looking for a tour, whatever your business is. Brainstorm seed keywords. So begin with a list of words like we have here. I've got a little word map here. And just try making a big list and then really tame it down, ideally using exact match and phrase match. There are also online keyword research tools which you can use. WordStream has one, SEMrush has one, even Google has a keyword planner that you can use. For specifically tourism industries, use a location-based. Look for Mahone Bay Bed and Breakfast or Halifax Attractions. People are going to be looking for that when they look online, and you don't want to crop up when someone in the US is looking for bed and breakfast, and that's all they're looking for. Analyze your competitor websites, find out what keywords they're using. Try and find keywords that are specific to tourism, such as guided hiking tours, luxury beachfront resorts, kayak adventures. And then, especially in Nova Scotia, consider keywords that are seasonal. So, for example, Christmas markets in Truro, summer beach rentals. Try and include an element of seasonality into that. Also, try looking up a similar service on Google. As you start typing, Google will pop up other additional keywords that people have used to look up those items. So you can just take those. And then test and refine your keywords. It will take a while. It's an ongoing process. It's important to adapt to changing search trends and user behavior and regularly review and update your keyword strategy. Keep revisiting it, finding out which ones are working, which ones aren't. So we've got your keywords. Now let's understand the difference between SEO and PPC. What are they and which should I use? So SEO ultimately is the act of producing content and optimizing your web presence to perform well in search engine rankings. It's often referred to as natural, organic, or earned results. And there are three different types of SEO. There's on-page SEO, which refers to the efforts made directly to the page that you're creating and optimizing, such as improving its content, adding keywords. There's off-page SEO, which is refers to the efforts made on other pages or with other sites to help your page to rank, such as backlinking, so sites that link into yours, listings, social promotions that link in, and guest interaction engagement with your website. And then you've got technical SEO. It refers to the efforts involving the site's source code, the back office, the sitemap, the speed, the security, the structured data, the way your site is actually built. Now, there will be a worksheet going along with this presentation, and I do have some elements there to help with your technical SEO, your off-page SEO, and your on-page SEO there. But honestly, SEO is just a huge chapter, and I would suggest that anyone who wants any in-depth information on this, I know we had one individual here. Can you recommend an efficient method for SEO for small businesses with limited resources? I'd have to understand how your web page is built, and understand who your demographic is, your customer buying process, and then we can identify the best way to improve your SEO. So I would get in contact afterwards if you want some real SEO reviews. So pros and cons of SEO. It's very cost effective. There is a cost to it, your time and management. The clicks are free. You get sustained long-term results. It's stable and it gets more clicks than pay-per-click, but it takes a long time. You have to commit to reviewing it. You continuously need to monitor it, and it does take a lot of time. And then moving on to pay-per-click. Pay-per-click is paid advertising on search engines and social media sites to drive traffic and sales and increase brand awareness. And there are 4 key types of pay-per-click. There's the shopping pay-per-click, which shows up when you're searching for products. If you're searching for a product, it'll pop up on Google there, that top list. There's social. This is social media marketing, SMM, which is when you pay for adverts to crop up in social media sites such as Meta, and we'll review that a little later on. Search engine marketing, which is the pay-per-click marketing ads you see there in the middle, when you're searching for specific terms. And display marketing, which is marketing which shows up on affiliate sites like CBC, ads that pop up based on your interests and your behaviors. So pay-per-click advertising, there are also pros and cons. It's very quick. You get results within a matter of hours. You can be highly targeted to specific demographics, and it's very easy to measure and track. However, it's expensive. I have one client and they did not specify exactly what it was that they wanted to sell. And if we hadn't caught it, they would have spent hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars in the space of a matter of hours, because they weren't quite specific enough. Your results can be quite short term, and people are skeptical about ads that pop up. SEO, you're looking for something, it comes up, you don't feel like you have to pay for it, it's not an ad, so people are a lot more accepting of that. The key really is to use search engine optimization and pay-per-click together within your online digital strategy. SEO is long-term, it's organic, unpaid results, high-quality traffic. The users trust organic results, and your results can be long-lasting. Whereas pay-per-click, instant results, expensive. The ads do come up on the top of search engine results pages. It's highly targeted, but the clicks stop when the ads stop, when you run out of money. So some examples here. On the left-hand side, you can see these ads come up at the top of the website when I'm searching here for bed and breakfast in Lunenburg, Nova Scotia. And on the right-hand side, these are the lower down. These are the organic search engines. So this is where the pay-per-click shows up and the SEO results show up. So I'm going to run through the 2 that are most relevant to tourism: search engine marketing and social media marketing. That is ultimately Google ads or Bing ads, mostly Google ads, and then Facebook or Meta ads, social media marketing. And the difference between these 2, the key difference in principle, although Google does offer some user behavior, is that people are actively searching for something with Google AdWords. They're putting in a search term and they expect to get results linked to that search term. With Meta, the ads are passively presented to people based on their behavior. So you could have looked at websites that include kayaking, and all of a sudden you're getting kayak holiday ads popping up on your Facebook profile. And that is the way they work. It's basically user intent for Google AdWords, whereas it's user behavior for Facebook ads. I do have step-by-step guides on how to set up your Google ads and your Meta ads. They're about 30 pages long, but they do have screenshots. So please don't hesitate to request a copy of those. They may even be available on the Digiport portal after this session. So moving on to the next branch, which is directory listings. Ultimately, they refer to online directories or listings where tourism-related businesses such as hotels, restaurants, travel agencies, tour operators, and other hospitality or tourism service providers can add, manage their business information. The listings are designed to help travelers and tourists discover and access information about local businesses and services in a particular destination. They are a very valuable part of tourism businesses' online marketing and visibility strategy. They allow people to engage with your site, and links are valuable for search engine optimization. The two categories, obviously, paid listings and free listings. Paid listing sites are OTAs for tourism, the online travel agencies. They're online platforms and websites that allow travelers to book various travel-related services such as accommodations, flights, rental cars, activities through a single portal. So users find them very friendly. They act as intermediaries between travelers and travel service providers, which facilitate the booking process and provide a one-stop destination. They become increasingly popular due to their convenience and ability to offer a wide range of options. Now, they kind of are a necessary evil for tourism businesses. They don't always rank your hotel first. They eat away at your rates with their ever-growing commissions. But if you opt out and decide not to go for online travel agencies, you are missing out on likely one of the first opportunities your hotel will have at getting in front of the customer. So common examples are Expedia. This is one of the largest OTAs. They offer travel services including accommodations, flights, car rentals, vacation packages. Booking.com, known for its extensive range of accommodations, including hotels, apartments, and vacation rentals. And Agoda, which specializes in hotel bookings, particularly in Asia, and offers a loyalty program for frequent travelers. OTAs have revolutionized the way that travelers work, plan, and book their trips, providing a convenient and efficient means of accessing a broad spectrum of travel options. However, they also have high commission fees, and in some cases, potential impacts on pricing and competition within the travel sector. Despite this, OTAs remain a valuable and popular choice for travelers seeking a user-friendly and comprehensive travel booking experience. So the advantages and disadvantages of listing on OTAs. The advantages, they have the potential for, you have the potential for additional bookings. You get international visibility. These guys advertise across the board. They advertise on Google, they advertise on Bing, they spend a huge amount of money on advertisements. It's an additional marketing channel for you over and above your own website, your Facebook page, your Google business listing. It's an additional marketing channel. And it helps in generating customer reviews. I don't know about you, but when I book a holiday, when I buy a product, I check out the reviews first. I go for the 5-star reviews, I read those. I go for the 1-star reviews, I read those. And that's how I evaluate the businesses that I'm looking to invest in or I'm looking to use. However, there are disadvantages. Commissions are high, so your profits are reduced, and they often manage to price check your website against theirs. So it's very difficult to try and massage their numbers higher than yours, and they will check that. It's very limited ability to show your brand identity. You just become one of thousands of people online within that OTA who are selling and advertising. You really lose what is specific about your brand. And you have limited or no access to the customer. They really do retain all the information. They hide the emails, they hide the phone numbers. You really only have a name. Sometimes you don't even have an address. Moving on to free listings. The main free listing we've already mentioned is Google Business, but there are additional free sites, mostly geographically distributed, such as NovaScotia.com, which you already know about. This is managed by Tourism Nova Scotia. But bear in mind, there are other local sites, interestingly, run by community organizations and chambers of commerce. So such as this is Explore Lunenburg. It's a free listing site. It is mostly accommodation, but they do have on their links to all the accommodation in Lunenburg. And then you've got the town of Lunenburg. The town of Lunenburg has created a free listing. So you really should research all the listing sites in your area to ensure you're in as many as possible. You have to keep your listings up to date. It's absolutely key. An old listing makes you look bad. And also, bear in mind that listings like these are very beneficial for search engine optimization. Google will look at your website, it'll look at the pages linking into it. If they're high quality pages and you're high quality pages, you pop up in the rankings. The next branch we're looking at is social media marketing. Now, I've broken this down very simply into social networks and blogs. Using social media to promote a tourism business can be highly effective in reaching and engaging with potential travelers, engaging in particular. There are lots of ways to interact and engage with your customers, but I've identified some key ideas and strategies to make the most of social media for your business. Now, bear in mind, and you always have to keep thinking about in a tourism business, the two things: your customer demographic, this is your target market, your buyer persona, we identify way back in your research route, and the customer booking journey, the dreaming, the planning, the booking, the experiencing, and the sharing. So identifying which social media platform to use at each area, and identifying which social media platform to use based on your customer demographic. So let's take someone who is in the dreaming phase of organizing their holiday, their vacation. A prospective customer starts dreaming about a trip and gets inspired by the tours and activities they could find and book. So they're looking for inspirational photos. They're looking for exciting times that show beaches, hot weather in the middle of winter. I know that's when I dream of looking for my vacations. So Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, possibly, YouTube, definitely, Pinterest, yeah. And MailChimp, well, we'll cover email marketing a little later on, but definitely you need to reach out to your clients when it's the middle of winter and they're planning their summer vacation. They're planning stage of the customer buying journey. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Google Business. Again, now you're moving slightly more into data. They want to know when, how, rates. So Google My Business. And then they've got the booking, the experiencing, the sharing. Again, now they're moving really for booking and experiencing, they're moving more into interacting with you directly to book or interacting through your webpage. And then sharing, you're back onto encouraging your customers to share their experiences so that on social media, so that you can use that to promote, they can become your brand ambassador for customers looking at your businesses the following year. So identifying the right social media platform that is relevant to your target audience and the nature of your tourism business. So Facebook, Instagram, Vimeo, Pinterest, YouTube, TikTok, Twitter. Just make sure that your platform is being used by your customer demographic. There's no point in creating content on TikTok for 18-year-olds when your target demographic only uses Facebook and is 55 plus. Always be thinking about your customer demographic and the buyer journey. So this is an example of a company that I help. This is their Facebook profile. You can see it has a virtual tour in there. It's got an engaging photo at the top there. It has telephone number, email address, website, always open, the ratings, 4.5, 78 reviews. Important to make sure that your listings are always up to date. Make sure it has a cover photo, description, contact information. Use high quality images and consistency in your brand voice. An incomplete profile is a negative mark against your business and makes you look unprofessional. Content planning for social media. Try and develop a content plan that outlines what type of content you'll share. So for tourism businesses, this may include photos and videos of your destination, travel tips, itineraries, customer testimonials, travel-related news. Consistency is absolutely key when creating this. People start out with great intentions of posting once every 3 days, once a week, but it soon falls by the wayside as they get busier and busier. The key is consistency. Make sure that you are posting consistently. Otherwise, A, your site will rank lower, and B, people will lose interest. Try and maintain that engagement. Again, remember, when you're posting on social media, make it relevant to your target demographic and the stage in their buying journey they might be at. So engagement. One of the key elements of social media is it allows you to engage in almost real time with your potential customers. So this is an example of Old Spice engaging with Taco Bell on Twitter, now X. It's just funny, it's joking, but people use this for marketing. It's a really fun way of making fun of brands, interacting with brands, and trying to create a personality. Here, Old Spice and Taco Bell, they're making fun of each other. It's kind of fun. So the key to engaging with your followers online is respond to comments and messages promptly, engage with the audience. You ask questions, run polls, encourage them to share their experiences. It comes on to our sharing element of our customer buying journey. And once you have them already interacting with you, you've made the hardest interaction, the hardest transition. You've got them connected with you. Now think about converting them or reconverting them into paying customers if they've already been a customer of yours. So then move on to visual storytelling with social media marketing. People love this regular engagement. Again, it comes down to your social media calendar. Visual storytelling is extremely important, for example, in the dreaming phase of your customer buying process. Use compelling visuals to tell the story of your tourism business. Share stunning images and videos of your destination. Drones now are cheap, easy to get. Drone footage can really show your business, tours, accommodations, destinations. It can really help you demonstrate how exciting and give people a really high understanding of what it is that you're offering. So this is an example of Calgary Zoo. They created a social media calendar which told a story, and it shared a photo from each day at the zoo throughout the year. Really great way of inspiring and connecting with their followers. They used photos from followers, and they really helped engagement. Remember, the social media marketing for tourism, it's more about just promoting yourself. It's about creating a community. It's about engaging, sharing experiences, helping travelers make the most of their trips. You can provide value and build relationships with your audience through this and promote your business almost organically, purely by interacting with your followers. So now on to blogging. So blogging about relevant events, excursions, information, etc. on in your area can set you apart from other tourism businesses. A lot of businesses just deal with, let's say you're a bed and breakfast, you only deal with your bed and breakfast. But what about recent excursions? What about their recommendations into what to do when you come to visit the bed and breakfast? Now, blogs aren't just a tool to drive traffic to your website. It can be extended to Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and it can create real value for your viewers and encourage them to engage with your business. So this is an example here where Davey and Sky, they're a couple of bloggers, and they created a blog post about Yarmouth, which actually was then used on novascotia.com to promote Yarmouth. So this is their original blog post that's within their webpage. And here is the post as used by novascotia.com. And it's great. I know I mention Yarmouth a lot. My wife's from Yarmouth, so I try to encourage people to go down and visit it and experience it because it's a great location. So moving on to email marketing. Email marketing is the open door of your marketing efforts. You've already got the details of your clients, which means that they've interacted with you already at some point and provided you with their email address and obviously the consent you have to email them. Now you just have to leverage that information and create emails that are engaging and capture the interest of the recipients. So the first is list building. Your email marketing strategy is only as good as the data you have in your email list. If you've just got email addresses, not good enough. You need names, email addresses, interests if possible. It doesn't matter what platform you use. If the content isn't relevant to your target market, you'll have wasted your time in sending those emails to them. So you need to create an email list that is relevant. It consists of individuals who've got a genuine interest in your products or services. So this will lead to higher click-through rates, higher opens, and I've got a few tips on how to build a relevant and structured email marketing list. So the first is create quality content. Start by adding valuable content on your website, your blog, social media that attracts your target audience. This is the first stage, and you should try and appeal to their interests and their needs. Remember, back in strategy, you're solving a need for your client. Always be helping. And so you need to solve the issue that your customer is experiencing, be that the need for accommodation, the need to go and do adventurous activities during their holidays. So really make your social media strategy appeal to those individuals and encourage them to come in and subscribe. Use opt-in forms throughout your website. Not too many different opt-in forms. I did have one client that had 3 different opt-in forms in 3 different places on the website, and they all ultimately went into the same mailing list without any differentiation. You have to really be careful to ensure that the data you get is valuable for your mailing list. Offer incentives. Encourage signups by offering incentives like free I want to say discounts, exclusive access to certain things, early bird discounts. These incentives can lead to people, or prizes. These can lead to people happily registering their data on your website. And then once you've got them in, then all you have to do is create relevant marketing material. You got to segment your list very carefully. Try and segment it based on demographics, interests, purchase history, or behavior. It allows you to send targeted email campaigns relevant to different segments of your audience. Let's say, again, you run a number of different tours, some aged at 50 age plus, some aged at 20 plus. Try and segment your mailing list into those 2 age groups so that when they receive a mailing, it is relevant to them and their needs while on holiday. Leverage social media. Really promote your email sign-up forms on social media. Use referral programs. So encourage your current subscribers to refer friends and colleagues. Run an email marketing strategy based on bring a friend, you get a discount. Try and encourage people to sign up and send in their details. And then contests and giveaways. I've already mentioned a couple of ideas, but all you need to do is make sure that these people are potential clients of yours, and you can get their email address, their demographic, and their names. And remember that building a relevant email marketing list, it's an ongoing thing. You don't just create it out of the blue. It's essential to continually provide value to your subscribers. Keep your list clean, adapt your strategies to changing audience interests, and you got to build and maintain your email marketing list. It does take time. It does take effort. It can be very rewarding for your business. So let's have a look now at landing pages with email marketing. Now, landing pages, which are often mirrored in emailings, are crucial for tourism businesses marketing for several reasons. They play a significant role in attracting and converting potential travelers to customers. So here's why landing pages are important for tourist businesses. Focused marketing. Landing pages are pages on your website and indeed within your emails that are created for specific marketing campaigns. So we'll review this one in the context of these in a couple of minutes. This means that each landing page can be tailored to a particular audience or a particular offer, allowing you to focus your marketing efforts effectively. So, for example, you could have landing pages for different destinations, different tour packages, different seasonal promotions. Landing pages and emailings create high conversion rates. If you have a landing page that is focused in on one demographic with one tour or one specific promotion in mind, then they will most likely click on that. You get a much higher click-through rate, and with a specific call to action, you can really specify who you want to appeal to and make sure that it hits their demographic. So with seasonal and time-sensitive promotions, landing pages are ideal for promoting seasonal, even off-season promotions. So whether it's a winter holiday package, a summer cruise, or a limited time discount, you can create landing pages to highlight these promotions and encourage quick bookings. And they can change year in, year out. Landing pages are not static. You can create a landing page for a specific promotion and then remove it within a couple of months once that promotion has completed. So they're an essential tool for tourism business because they allow you to create highly focused and compelling marketing experiences. They're tailored for specific offers and campaigns and can really help you optimize your site to appeal to that demographic. So let's review this email in the context of those elements that I just mentioned. Focused marketing, high conversion rates, seasonal, and time-sensitive promotions. So this is an email here sent by American Airlines and it says, hello, Stephanie. I don't know who this was sent to, but is it seasonal and time-sensitive? Well, oh, sorry. Let's go for focus first. It is seasonal. It is very much based on, focused is, start that again. So it is very focused. It's based purely on beach. The beach is mentioned 3 times, and once again in the title of the email. Then there's a picture of a beach. So it's definitely focused on people who are looking for a hot, sunny beach holiday. The conversion rates, let's see. The call to action is absolutely clear. Right at the top, you've got find your beach. And then at the bottom, it's got search vacations. So it is focusing on converting these viewers, to customers. And then is it seasonal? It's a time-sensitive promotion. Yep. So here, travel before August 31st, 2019. Obviously, this is a while ago. So you have to make sure that your email campaigns tied into specific landing pages allow you to super focus on a promotion that you're carrying out for a specific demographic. I'm briefly going to mention public relations. Public relations, it's the process of maintaining a favorable image and building beneficial relationships between an organization and its public. Now, unlike advertising, PR doesn't pay for attention, okay? Instead, it tries to draw attention by making things newsworthy and attention-worthy so that other people will promote it, such as white papers. So a white paper is an informal document issued by a company to promote or highlight the features of a product or service that it offers or plans to offer. So the use of this in the tourism industry would have to be very specific to be of value. Press releases. A press release, it's a well-known and established method for businesses to generate exposure for a product and is particularly effective for business owners as it's so cost-effective. It doesn't cost much to put out a press release, although you do have to take time to do it. It's a press release for a tourism business could be a new service. It could be a new style of tour, a significant event for the business, an expansion, and they'd be used sporadically and with very specific focus. So I just wanted to touch on public relations briefly there. And I know that we're nearing the end and I wanted to touch base with some questions. So I wanted to touch again on, as well as traditional marketing. I know this is a digital marketing session, but it'd be very short-sighted to think that marketing now has to be exclusively online. It is true that traditional marketing through TV, events, and print has its limitations. It's expensive. It's very difficult to quantify. But I guarantee that some amongst us have recently picked up a trifold brochure at a restaurant or a bed and breakfast, leafed through a magazine while waiting for a kiosk or waiting in a waiting room. Visitor centers in Nova Scotia are still highly regarded as a source of point of contact for many tourists and generate significant business for the tourism industry throughout Nova Scotia. So there's still value there, but there's no reason why you can't now integrate traditional print marketing, for example, with online marketing. And just ask the viewer to go online to see updated rates, new offers, or include a QR code on a brochure to encourage potential clients to visit your social media listings or your website. Even use it to build your email marketing list. Here's an example of how traditional marketing can be included within a digital marketing strategy. So here they've got a QR code encouraging people to review their business. And that's a very good point. At any point of contact with the customer, always encourage them to review your service or your product when they're checking in, when they're checking out, experiencing on menus. Really encourage them to leave online reviews. It's absolutely key to promoting your business and encouraging people to become ambassadors in that sharing element of the customer buying journey. So these 3 sessions were designed to give a high level view of an understanding of how your tourism business can create a digital strategy through logical progression from the roots to the trunk to the branches. There's a lot more to learn about how to optimize and promote your business than I can supply in 3 hours, but it should give you a good framework from which to create a strategy, making your business and your marketing efforts more efficient and effective, and really add value to your clients. Help your clients, identify your clients, understand their needs, and fulfill those needs. So I look forward to discussing your digital strategy with you, and I am available, I think, as Nick mentioned, for one-on-one sessions that I don't believe have a cost to the tourism business. If you're interested in a follow-up session or you want to drill down into any specific elements. And I would also back up Nick's comments on leaving feedback from these sessions so that we can learn and build for future sessions and find out what people are really looking to learn from this interaction between Digital Nova Scotia and Tourism Nova Scotia. So I wanted to leave you with the final 3 elements of the digital marketing tree, and thank you very much for attending. And I look forward to being in touch with you all very soon.
Wonderful. Now, just if we had any questions, now would be a good time. Let me just see here. We have, again, would encourage questions throughout. If there's any really deep things you want to work on, I would encourage you to book with Liam. And we got a thank you from someone, which is always so nice. So I think what I'll do, Liam, is at the end of our 3rd session, I'll take back over the screen, and we will be available for any follow-up after the fact. Just make sure I got her here.
There you go.
Wonderful. All right. So thank you, Liam, and have a good rest of your day. So we have another webinar, and that's going to be, we have next Thursday, so that's November 2nd, and it's 10 a.m., of course. That's where we try to have most of our webinars the first Thursday of the month at 10 in the morning. And this webinar will be around aligning vision and values through the customer journey, and that's with Eva Gooch from STEM Consulting. We've had webinars from Eva before. They're very helpful, so encourage you to sign up for that. We also have the next month is Empowering Tourism Businesses, AI for Daily Operations. That's presented by Michael McMillan of McMillan Search Engine Optimization. So we've all heard a lot about AI, and now we're going to bring you some information about it. So really excited for those 2 webinars. We'd really encourage you to stay connected with Tourism Nova Scotia. So if you have any feedback or have any emails, you can give us an email at tnsbusiness@novascotia.ca. Our corporate website is tourismns.ca. Novascotia.com is our call to action and where we send our visitors to and where your business likely lives on our website. If you'd ever want to know about any of our programs or any industry news, I would encourage you to sign up for our news and resources section. We are on Twitter at tourismns, and our LinkedIn is Tourism Nova Scotia. Thank you for joining us today, and have a wonderful day.